It seemed like it was just a few days ago on the Rod Pedersen Show.
Todd Pinkney, one of our P1s who came to our Seattle Kraken expansion draft watch party the other night, asks if Monty the Squirrel's going to use the lawnmower 4.0 to trim his nuts. I was thinking more, how about that? But
How about that?
it's not an unreasonable question.
No, it is not.
Monty the Squirrel. Can we get that done up by the end of the show? And I'm in favor of your mom sewing the costume this time.
You are?
Yes.
Are you watching?
Paula?
She's probably watching.
What's going on back here? They're all laughing back there. Oh, I'd what? Oh.
Because then you paused. And I was like, this in favor of her? What?
I know. I heard them bust out laughing. I'm like, what are you?
And then you sewing
going on
the
back here?
costume, and it's like, just disarmed me. I'm like, okay, we're good. She can sew the costume.
I'm in favor of your mom.
What? Say it. Say it.
Stay tuned, sit back, enjoy. Get ready for the Rod Pedersen Show.
I was fascinated last week that Jerry was pounding Egg McMuffins like it was his job and dosing them with salt because he didn't care because he's 80.
How about that?
It's what better, shrimp cocktail or Egg McMuffin? Don't waste our time. It's Egg McMuffin all day. And don't get me started about those puny little cocktail rings that you buy. They're disgusting. Egg McMuffin's good anywhere.
That's right.
It's the Rod Pedersen Show.
It is. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Canada and Canadian sports fans around the world. It is the RP Show. We're live on the Game Plus TV network and also live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Hey, Moose, get your nose out of your phone.
I know. What do you got?
Even though I just pulled mine up. Notice something different about me? Or my laptop?
I know. I saw. It looks pretty good.
How about that? Yeah, I just stuck that up there along with the Rod Pedersen Show bumper sticker there. So
Good one, Rod.
you betcha. Do we sell those bumper stickers? Should we?
Yeah.
Can we?
Oh, yeah. They're in the store.
I was teasing him about his face in his phone because mine's in my phone at least as much. And I was just tweeting the poll. I don't know what you were doing or the links to watch the show streaming, but you're working.
Just,
None of my business.
Exactly.
None ya.
None ya. None ya.
We're off to a great start. This is the warm-up, proudly presented by Ecol Electric. And welcome on inside. 2 hours of sports talk coming at you right now. Canada's daytime sports talk show here. Haven't quite got everything figured out. That's why we talk sports in the day. There's breaking news as we roll. We do have a lot of hockey talk coming up today. Rich Sutter, Columbus Blue Jackets pro scout, 13-year NHL veteran, is going to be with us. John Paddock, general manager of God's team, American Hockey League Hall of Famer John Paddock will be with us from the Regina Pats right here in the bunker in hour 2. So those are our guests. But if you don't mind, if I can get to the quick 6 show topics here, because we've got a lot to go with. That not working? That horn not working? Who is he? Bryn? He's just so cute. And they're laughing. Bryn's cute. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
He's filling in for director Jordan. I'm just putting Gritty here we go. Tweeting the poll. And away we go. I have my quick 6 show topics here, but there's breaking news. My number one thing was ESPN.com came out with their list of the top 100 NFL players. And I'll just rattle through the top 6 because this has been usurped by today's breaking news, which we all knew today was cut down day in the National Football League. But number one, who do you think is the number one player in the National Football League?
There is only one.
We all know, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Aaron Donald, and then it's like 98 other guys throw him up in the air. Really, in a lot of ways. But number 3, if you can believe, is Aaron Rodgers, who's the reigning MVP. That's not a major surprise. Number 4, Russell Wilson. Number 5, Tyreek Hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, number 6, TJ Watt. And I'm just sitting there going, like Tom Brady likely is, saying, Got 7 Super Bowls over here. Hey, Tom, what do you think of ESPN's top 6 players? I don't know. I was too busy winning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Shooter McGavin. Let's go to him for a quote.
I know.
Tom Brady not in the top 6 current NFL players. And it's literally, you get the criteria. It's like if you were starting an expansion team, who's the number 1 guy you would pick, right? Really?
Yes.
That's what. Would you pick Tom Brady if you were starting an expansion team?
No.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Right.
It's all about this year. Who's the best today? Russell Wilson? Was he number 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Where's Derrick Henry?
No Titans, and by the way, no Cowboys anywhere near the top 5. Yeah.
Wow.
So anyways, we could sit and talk about that all day, but it is, as I mentioned, NFL cutdown day. As the coach of America's team, Mike McCarthy, says, the Dallas Cowboys, it's the worst day for them. Worst part of the job is today for NFL head coaches. And Cam Newton was released by the New England Patriots, and quite frankly, it surprises me a little bit, but you did a little digging. When you're not doing business, you're digging. And it's not as surprising as you'd think. Do you want to tell the viewers what the deal is on Cam Newton being released in New England?
It's not. It's not what you'd think. I mean, we sat here yesterday and talked about Cam Newton being the guy we would start in week 1 and thinking he's going to be the guy. And it's just a little bit about Mac Jones winning the starting quarterback job, a little bit. Although he didn't really win it, but he proved that he was capable.
He was more mature.
He was more mature, and he was capable of starting, so that gave them the flexibility to release Cam. But this is all about COVID. It's all about COVID. You know, Cam has not said whether he's vaccinated or unvaccinated. He said it's a private matter. He has said that. The story leaked, a week or 2 ago with Cam's COVID protocol. Well, you only do that and go through that if you're unvaccinated, and now this happens. And that story, we've seen it got leaked, and now the Patriots have that reason, COVID, and Cam's, unwillingness to kind of get on board and follow the rules and be part of that group, and a little bit disgruntled, and the Patriots weren't happy with that, and they had this opportunity to release him, and now he's not their starting quarterback.
That's the buzz. That's the rumor that he was unvaccinated, but it's just like that's not why he was released per se.
Not because he was unvaccinated, but because he was being difficult about the protocols and whatnot, and wasn't following. And
I was told immature.
Yeah,
and maybe, but we're talking about a former NFL MVP here, and I mean, he's still at a bargain price. They're not even paying him $1 million, I don't think. Isn't it $700,000? So there's more than meets the eye. But I see the comments are coming in. John Ohm in Winnipeg. Up and at him. He says, would Cam play in the CFL? Jennifer at the Four Seasons says, the Vikings need a quarterback. I had a guy, Cooper Campbell, he's a football guy from Mississippi, said, will Paul LaPolice be on the phone? Cooper Campbell's a good friend of Chris Jones. And Cooper said to me, damn straight Chris Jones would be on the phone to Cam Newton if he was in charge of a CFL team. But what do we say? More than one way to skin a cat, Moose. Not to upset the PETA people, but
we don't say that.
I do. So, no, I can't imagine he's coming to the Canadian Football League because the people that do that, the former NFL stars, are those that are looking to reclaim a career. And I'm not sure that Cam Newton is there yet. I give a lot of kudos to those guys that have. There's a lot of them. Johnny Manziel, Michael Sam, Ocho Cinco. There's a lot. I don't think Cam Newton's one of those guys. Do you think we ever see Cam Newton in the Canadian Football League?
We do. I don't think we do. I don't think there's no chance. And here's what I think. I don't think another team's going to swoop in and sign him right now. I really don't. What I think will happen is a team that has a chance to compete, if they are dealt an injury at that spot, Cam Newton will be the first phone call. He'll be the first phone call because he can come in and quarterback a team that's capable of competing and lead them into the playoffs and give them a chance to be successful. So that's what I think. I think we'll wait and see. A team like, San Francisco would have to go through a couple of quarterbacks, but a team with one good quarterback that's ready to compete, if Lamar Jackson went down, Cam Newton might get the call.
Somewhere.
Right?
Fans are writing in from all over.
Yeah.
Sign him in with the Giants. Sign him with the Vikings. Sign him with the Bengals. Cam Newton's not going to be out of work long, vaccinated or not. And by the way, I see Nelson writing in and says, people who think Cam Newton has the arm strength to throw the ball in the CFL are delusional. He could barely throw it 35 yards last year. Did you watch the game on the weekend? He threw a 50-yard laser, a rope. Cam Newton's arm strength is just fine. If there's some chinks in the armor of Cam Newton, that's not one, in my opinion. Moving on. That's a lot of time on point one. Point two here. In the warm-up for Ecole Electric, come check out our new Regina Data and Lighting Center, Ecole Electric. Let's get to work. Dovetailing off the NFL's best player list, because, of course, TSN does the same thing for the CFL. You got one shot, as Eminem says. Who's the best player in the CFL? Number one. I'm not going to go through the top five. Right now, who's the best player?
Oh,
because Bo Levi's hurt, so he doesn't count.
I know.
He doesn't count.
It's hard. I don't know.
Cody Fajardo, I'll answer for you.
Okay.
Moving on. 3, more on the Jesperi Kokaniemi licorice legs offer sheet. Look, as most of you know, I was out of working hockey full-time for 10 years. I'm now back. A lot of things were instituted in that time. Not the least of which is a lot of terminology that I still don't quite understand. We never talked about 99s and 01s and 03s and top 6 and bottom 4. We didn't. And offer sheets aren't new, but they're not historically old either. So can I get this right? The Carolina Hurricanes legitimately want to pay Jesperi Kokaniemi, who was a healthy scratch in the Stanley Cup playoffs, $6.1 million for 1 year. They're putting their balls on the table to do that. For a guy that's not even worth $2 million.
That's right.
Why would you do that?
And it's a little bit of a game of poker. So if you're signing him to a sheet, you have to be prepared to pay it, right? You might not want to. You might just be forcing the hand. Like, you know, if I sign that Oilers coffee cup there to an offer sheet, I know there's enough value there for you. You're not getting rid of it. So you'll pay it, and I'll make you pay more than it's worth, right? They think, okay, Kokaniemi is going to stay in Montreal. They want him long-term. Well, we're going to sign him to an offer sheet and make Montreal overpay a little bit. They're going to overpay by a couple $1 million or by $1 million or whatever. Or they really want him and they're prepared to pay $6.1 million for him, which, you know, we're starting to hear and we know he's not worth $6.1 million. But in order to get a restricted free agent and sign one, you have to overpay. You have to overpay if you want him. So if Carolina really wants him, they're going to have to pay $6.1 million.
It's a first-round pick, right?
Right, and that's why Montreal will get back a first and a third-round pick as compensation.
But again, I guess they got the cap room. They have a spot for him. It's a head-scratcher to me. Because, again, I understand why Montreal did it with Sebastian Aho. He's worth it.
Worth it, and that's you also look at Aho and say, Carolina's not letting him go. So let's just make Carolina pay a little more for him, right? Because they're not going to let him go.
Make Montreal pay a little more for him.
With Sebastian Aho.
With Aho, yeah.
We'll make him pay. He's not going to go. But Kokaniemi, Montreal may let him go. They may let him go.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if you're Carolina and you want to gamble this, you better be ready to pay the dough.
Yeah. But they've got some time to think about it. And we rarely know what's rattling around inside the head of Marc Bergevin. You know, he's done a lot of great things in Montreal, but he really holds his cards, as John Lou said, close to the vest. We don't know what he's thinking or what he's going to do. So there's been no leaks about if they're going to sign that deal or if they're going to let him go.
On the Cam Newton thing, by the way, as we are welcoming in viewer comments, Ryan in Saratoga, New York says, no, you won't see Cam Newton in the CFL. Does any CFL team want to take a waiver on a 32-year-old who needs at least a season to get his feet in the Canadian game? Maybe. Who knows? Murray Fisher watching in Brandon says the best player in the CFL is still Brandon Banks, Speedy B. But he hasn't really lit it up this year yet. The most underrated player in the Canadian Football League is Frankie Williams of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Outstanding defensive back, and he returns kicks.
Yeah.
Does them both very well. Where's the dude here? John Schmeiser writes in, good morning from Kansas City. Did I miss anything? Oh, I don't know. Coffee starts at 10 Mountain. We're not going back for you, bro. You got to be here when we start.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything? Come on. Yeah, we're here for you. Yeah, listen to me. bitching somebody out for not being on time when I missed an interview this morning with the head coach of Winnipeg. Felt terrible about that. But he seemed to be fine with it. Moving on, point 4, Canada versus USA at the World Women's Hockey Championship in Calgary. This is a little like me and curling, baseball, soccer. I'll tune in for the big games.
Yep.
I'll tune in for Canada, USA. And the little bits that I have seen has been really good hockey. Women's hockey's come a hell of a long way for speed and skill. I enjoy it.
Very much.
Point 5, NFLPA agree to weekly testing for vaccinated players. I don't want to spend a ton of time on that because you people all know where I stand on COVID, and I get tired of it really fast. But I was listening to NFL radio this morning, and Charlie Weiss was on there with Bob Papa, the voice of the Giants, and they were talking about how vaccinated players can still test positive, can still transmit the disease, and I'm just over it. Because as far as I'm concerned, I know not everybody's over it or can be, but I am as much as I possibly can. And by the way, my poll question today didn't exactly tickle your funny bone. However, it's really struck a chord, Moose.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Because it's what everybody's talking about out here in Western Canada, where you can go to the Canadian Football League games. Now, all 9 teams in the CFL have a policy of you need to provide proof of vaccination or negative COVID test to get in. I've been working in sports a real long time. We used to sit there and scratch our heads when we had poor crowds and go, it's easy to go up to the fan and say, why did you come? Entertainment, love the game, night out. It's very hard to talk to the people that aren't coming to ask why they're not there. It's kind of impossible.
Yeah.
So my poll question here is, because frankly, I think the CFL attendance has been fine, but there's a lot of people that don't agree, and they're saying these stadiums are at 2/3 capacity. That's not good. Well, there's got to be a reason. So my question today for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center is, if you're not attending CFL games, why not? Your options are COVID, the cost, I've lost interest, or other. Leading the way on Twitter is COVID with 33%. I'm not going because of COVID. I see Facebook, other is leading.
Yeah.
What the hell would other be? I thought I covered them all. What other reason would there be for you not to go?
I don't know. Lost interest, cost. I've got other plans.
Same thing.
I've got a golf game to play.
That's lost interest. That all falls under C.
Lost interest, yeah.
I would think.
But you're like, but I like the game, so I haven't lost interest in the CFL. I'm just at the lake instead. I'm watching, but I'm at the lake instead. But, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going in.
Write in and tell us.
Write in and tell us. There's been a lot of responses on Twitter. Max Ellis says, listen to this. He goes, I bought Argos season tickets this year largely due to words from folks like Rod. I'm a Bombers fan, but I live in Toronto and love the CFL. Figured it was time to really show my support for the league this year. So how about that? That's just one guy. He's going to the games. And he said specifically because of this show.
I'll send the commission check or the invoice.
Yeah, no kidding, right? They didn't even get it. They do not even understand, but whatever. I guess I don't fall in the category of not attending CFL games because I went, right, in Winnipeg with you.
Yeah.
To the where we had to provide proof of vaccination, which we did, and we got in, no problems. But I think this might be an interesting topic throughout the program, and we're going to talk some hockey next with Rich Sutter, but we've got a lot of topics on the table today. This has been the warm-up for EcoL Electric. We'll be right back. You're watching the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio. For Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445. In today's fast-paced world, we know you don't always have time to cook a nutritious meal. The Mad Greek in Moose Jaw's got you covered with delicious takeout and delivery specials, even for large groups or occasions. Authentic Greek cuisine, pizza, ribs, and more. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Offering licensed dining, delivery, and their takeout window is open to get your Greek to go. For more information and to view the online menu, visit themadgreekeatery.com.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services, and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Hey Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Clark's telling me today might be the day that we all forget things. We don't have Rich Sutter yet, and it sounds by the desperation in Clark's voice that we're not even close to getting Rich Sutter.
We haven't made contact with him? Or
no, it's like me and James Patrick. I pulled up here to the studio this morning. I had a pre-tape interview booked with James Patrick, the coach of the Winnipeg Ice Hockey Club. Of course, I didn't have my phone out when I was driving. That's illegal, Darren. So I pulled my phone out when I parked, and Clark's like, "Are you close?" James Patrick's logged in. I'm like, "Oh, don't!" I dropped everything, ran like a deer across the lawn, sweating like a hooker in church, sitting in this seat. And of course, if you look at the photos of it, he's just smiling. He's good.
Yeah.
Let's see if Rich Sutter is as obliging. If he's even forgotten at all.
Yeah. We'll find out.
So the poll question today has elicited a lot of response here. Again, why not drop it for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center? If you're not going to CFL games this year, why not? COVID, cost, lost interest, or other. And actually, I feel like all those excuses that Darren came up with fall under lost interest, but the more I think about it, they may all come up under other.
Yeah.
Like you say, I'm interested.
Yeah.
But I'm going to the lake instead. Or what were your other ones?
Yeah, I'm going to the lake, or I've got a golf tournament, or we've got a family
Other things
reunion,
going
or
on.
other things going on, right?
Phil Thompson watching on Facebook says, sweating like Madonna during recess. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds funny.
It does sound funny. But I don't know.
Where's my boy J-Rod? Somewhere around here said he's not going to this Labor Day Classic for the first time in 33 years due to COVID. And people all took it to mean that he's got COVID. But no, he's at the Wascana Rehabilitation Center, and there's a lockdown there because of a COVID threat. He doesn't have it. That's the one thing about all of this COVID stuff. We're still in this, I believe, overly precautious world. However, I'll shut up because I've gone too far down this road today. And I lost a family member on the weekend due to COVID. So I know how serious it is. Chris Jarl is watching in BC. He says, I've been a BC Lions fan all my life. Went to a game this year. I feel like I've gone to my last game. I've seen games in Calgary and Regina. Had a blast at both. BC Place is boring to watch games. We tried tailgating in a foul-smelling underground parking lot, and it didn't work. Oh, boy. What category does that fall under?
Yeah. Lost interest.
Lost interest. You're under C. Farmer in Saskatchewan. Watching on YouTube. That really narrows it down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can't go because of harvest. We'll be back after, though.
Actually, that does narrow it down. Because you can figure out which regions haven't finished harvest yet.
Well, it depends how big a farmer you are, too.
That's right.
Like I said, Saturday night at my cousin Becky's birthday party in my hometown, I said to the farmers that are doing my land, you guys get the crop off? Oh, yeah, you're good. Because I wouldn't want to have to do any actual work, you know?
Yeah.
The Prairie Mobile text line, clearly it's operator error, but I couldn't get it turned on today. Is it dead? I just charged it yesterday.
It's dead.
306-840-8777. That is 840-8777. Prairie Mobile is your authorized SaskTel mobility dealer. And after this next break, you can write us. It's charging right now. From the Puck and Pigskin podcast, he says, cost can't be a reason when you can go to a game for under $50. Some people can't afford $50, bruh. What if you got a family of 4 or 5?
Oh, yeah.
And that isn't necessarily, I guess, the CFL's fault. I mean, I got my NFL tickets for next month. When are we going to drop where I'm going?
Already have. No, not where you're going.
Yeah, not yet. But I got my NFL tickets, and they're like $100. Like $100.
What I'm disappointed about is I'm not going.
I still have a sneaking suspicion you're going to end up
coming
there. Yeah. From the General in Calgary, says, I had some of my best tailgating parties in McMahon Stadium parking lot. The best tailgating in Canada is Calgary's McMahon Stadium. It's not a long list of great tailgating spots in Canada, but Calgary's number one. And I don't even know where number 2 would be, but Calgary's got it. Winnipeg's not bad. It's all around the stadium. Let's go to Lethbridge now and bring in our NHL insider, Rich Sutter. And I really appreciate the time, Richie, because he's in the truck. See, he's working. Man, it's been far too long, Rich. How you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. Would you please tell our wonderful viewers the event that you were at in Saskatoon last week with all those NHL stars? Looked like a blast.
It was with the Fun Group, Mark Lepke and the Fun Group out of Saskatchewan. It was the fundraiser was awesome. It was for RUH Hospital, the children's side of it, and it was a 2-day event. First day was a gathering with a bunch of the guys that were able to get into town and some of the local kids that leave in the wintertime, and a function that afternoon, evening, fundraiser, and then the golf the next day. And at Wild, it was a great 2 days. I really, really enjoyed it. Lots of good people. And for me to get out and meet new people, and especially in the business community in Saskatchewan, was awesome for me.
Royal University Hospital Children's Wing is what they were raising money for, and good for you, Richie. Like I say, the photos looked amazing. From a hockey perspective, because it seems like most everybody's on vacation right now, the 1 month hockey takes off is August, if at all. What's on your radar hockey-wise right now as we get ready to open training camps here in not too long?
Well, basically, for me, it's preparation for the year in terms of really paying attention. For me, I do it on a daily basis. every team, both at the American League level and the NHL levels. Anything that's going on with players that might be out of the ordinary or something, you kind of got to track. For me, I like to track trends and tendencies that organizations seem to be leaning towards. Sometimes, if you really follow certain clubs, you get a pretty good idea where things are headed in terms of what they're thinking with their rosters. And I just don't mean the 23-man NHL roster, but the NHL farm teams rosters. And knowing cap things, and I mean salary cap with teams going on around the league, Rod, paying really close attention to how teams are handling certain things, because there's going to be some teams that are going to still have to make some moves or try and figure out what they're going to do to get underneath the cap. And for us, we're going to be one of the youngest teams in the league again for the third time in the last 4 years, and probably the youngest we will be in the last 4 years. So we're trying to find something that we're going to get a good chance to get a read with our kids throughout training camp and exhibition, to just see where they're at and feel whether or not we need to bring in some more experience to help guide these guys along. And then if that's the case, then you start zeroing on those teams with cap issues. That's part of my job, and I love it. That means you got to get out and you got to hit the road and you got to be ready to move it. You know, you could be in one city one day and be on a 2-hour time change the next day on a whim, and you got to be prepared to do that. So personally, for me, I'm prepared to spend the first month on the road from the time I leave here in mid-September.
I got to ask you this now, chatting with you, you mentioned how young you guys are going to be. The Columbus Blue Jackets take Cole Sillinger, 12th overall. He sat in that chair just a couple of weeks ago, and he goes, I'm going to Columbus to make the team. He was born in Columbus, as you probably know. It's a hell of a story. Does he have a chance?
He does. The thing I like about Cole Sillinger might not be the dynamic, talented player like a Kent Johnson, who he drafted ahead of him. We were thrilled that Cole fell to us. And I don't mean falling like he was, like his stock went down. It's just other needs by other teams at when their picks came along. And we honestly didn't think we had a shot at him. We had him clearly in the top 10. And when we got him, and after going to watch him play enough over the last 2 years, and then watch him at the World Junior Camp right after we drafted him, Rod, the only thing I was disappointed at the camp with him had nothing to do with him, was that he played left wing the whole time. But for me, I think it's invaluable that these young guys learn to play two positions when you're a forward. And he did not miss a beat playing left wing. The thing I love about Cole Sillinger, he brings something that our organization, and quite frankly, I think the National Hockey League sorely misses and needs, and that's high character people. People that are not going to be afraid to get engaged on the ice, not afraid to play the old Western Hockey League style way, but still be a real good player. And I mean by that, by getting involved. And that's what Cole does. And I've been harping for 5 years in Columbus that we don't have enough players that play an involved, engaged game. And for me, it starts with us. Me personally, I take it personally that I want more Western League kids. And when you start drafting kids, and I don't mean just necessarily the Western Hockey League, I mean Western Canadian kids, period. And it was obvious how our picks were in the first round, Rod. All three of our picks were Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC boys. So I think we've got a lot of good things to look forward to coming down for our hockey club. And I think Cole is a kid that, with how he plays the game a certain way for a young man that's hard to teach. And he's big enough, he's strong enough. For us, the only thing I'm worried about is he quick enough at this stage. Will he be? Yes, he will be. Will he be right away? Opportunity will tell us that.
Well, he's working on it. And as you know, he has got it all. So congratulations on that, and a lot more Columbus Blue Jackets fans in this area because of that. The viewers are wondering your take on NHL players at the Olympics, and if you think it's going to happen. It sure looks like it is. They've named the coaching staff. They've got a hole in the schedule for it to happen. Would you be surprised if it didn't?
I think it's going to be a go. I think it seems to be pointing in that direction very much so in the last 2 to 3 days. I know it's something they wanted to try and get narrowed down by September 1. There seems to be some noise here in the last 12 to 15 hours that things seem to be falling into place. Look, the players who stood there with their arms folded for a year waiting for this to happen, because that was part of the deal going in when the new CBA was done, was that this was expected to get worked on, expected to be done. And I'm excited. I think it's awesome. It just changes your scheduling around a little bit for everybody, makes it a little bit harder. We've kind of been out of sorts with their scheduling as an NHL and the American League for the last couple of years, and obviously all the other leagues. This will kind of push it back still yet again a little bit more this year, making the schedule a little bit more harder to get through in terms of shorter timelines. But I think that this is something the players have always wanted. I don't think you have a true Olympic sport in hockey, or in ice hockey, what they want to call it, without the best athletes playing in it. And when you want players from around the globe, from all these different countries wanting to play in it, I think it's hard to say no to them. I know the players have kind of bent a little bit in terms of relenting on some things to make it happen. I think the biggest thing has been the pushback, and the holdup has been the insurance. It sounds like they've got something figured out the players will agree with. And if they can do that, it's going to be exciting 2 weeks in the middle of the winter.
Rich, you've done enough TV to know what this means. We've got 60 seconds, but I got to ask you about the Jesperi Kotkaniemi offer sheet. It's just blowing my mind. Where does he play this year?
I predict he plays in Carolina. I don't know how Mark Bergevin's going to make it work when he was already against the cap. I think they relent and take the picks and move on. Look, we've been waiting for this to happen ever since it happened last year with Aho. So I'm not surprised. The biggest thing I'm quite surprised about, quite frankly, is that more teams aren't doing it. Because there's players out there, and the teams that can stockpile picks and make these deals make them happen. And we knew it was happening. It was going to happen in Carolina, and it has.
Wonderful. Rich, always good seeing you. You're looking great. Enjoy what's left of summer, and I appreciate the time. Let's do it next week if we can. I feel like we barely covered anything.
Perfect. Give me a call in a few days, and hope all's well. Hello to everyone out there.
Awesome. Thanks, Richie. Appreciate it. Our NHL insider, Rich Sutter. Our visits with Rich brought to you by Original 16 Ultra. We'll be back with a sports update. Viewer takeover. It's a great day. It's episode number 561 of Canada's daytime sports talk show, and we'll be right back on Game Plus TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash. Your car deserves it at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant.
Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
At Core Grain, we strive to be the most qualified grain storage and grain conditioning experts in Canada. Visit us today at coregrain.ca. Core Grain, doing the right thing for your farm.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
It's time to get back to busy, and Capital Ford Lincoln is here to help. Check out our selection of new and used online or in-store. Don't see what you like? We have inventory arriving daily. Reserve yours now or work with our team of product specialists to customize and order the perfect new vehicle for you. Wait! Hold the phone! We still have brand new F-150s in stock and ready to go. Okay, back to the regular commercial. Plus, we're always paying top dollar for used vehicles, even if you don't buy from us. It's time to get back to busy with Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Safety is a primary pillar at Core Grain. We have core certification. Our workers are following best practices in the industry for safety. We always want to make sure that our contractors, us here at the shop, and our customers can come to work and go home at the end of every day. Give Core Grain Systems a call today.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. We got some fun comments have come in from the viewers, and I'll get to those in a moment. Got the Prairie Mobile text line here, Moose. I have it charged.
All right.
We got some messages. If anybody needs to make a phone call, I've got a phone. What movie? Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, addiction. It destroys relationships, families, and lives. But the good news is that addiction is a treatable illness. At Aurora Recovery Center, we provide everything you need to build a solid foundation for your recovery with holistic, evidence-based treatment tailored to each individual. Located in Gimli, Manitoba, on the shores of Lake Winnipeg, Aurora can help regardless of whether or not you feel ready or have tried before. Aurora Recovery Center, recovery for life. Visit aurorarecoverycenter.com. I visited. I love it. I didn't want to leave. And I do get a kick out of the members of the Rider Nation that get all butthurt that we've become good friends with Winnipeg and area. What?
I know.
What are we supposed to do?
I know.
We're very big in Manitoba, and for that matter, Alberta, because so many people ask me if you'd heard from this gentleman's club in northern Alberta that wants to sponsor the show. Have you heard from them?
I have not. So I don't know how serious it is.
You're wondering if they were just throwing the line in the water
to help create some good content?
If we'd bite.
But my phone is on. The bill's been paid, so it will ring if you call.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we're not exclusive to Winnipeg. right?
No, I'm just...
Wait.
Well, but hey, I just read the Aurora Recovery Center. I mean, they're in Gimli.
Should we tell them that we're not exclusive?
That's fine.
Okay.
I think so. A lot of comments coming in, and I'll get to the sports update, I guess, in a moment. I'll geek up today, and in a good way. I like it. People are in a good mood, good frame of mind. Danny Monroe. Are you related to Danny Clark? That's my uncle, he says. There you go. Hey, Danny's your uncle. Morning, boys. Where the hell is Cam Newton going, and who will replace him? It's funny, because as I said, that football guy in Mississippi, Cooper, wrote me this morning and said, if Chris Jones was in the CFL, he'd be on the phone to Cam Newton already. But he's not in the CFL. And Cam Newton's not coming to the CFL. Stop it. He's going somewhere in the National Football League. And the question is, where? Has Schefter come up with a list already of the top 4 destinations for Cam Newton?
I don't know.
They're saying, based on what our view, and he's cheap. For those that missed it, Cam Newton released today, gets cut down today in the National Football League. He's not even getting $1 million a year in New England. And the word we've heard is that he was just deemed not mature enough by the Patriots. And it's amazing to think that this rookie out of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Mac Jones, is more mature than Cam Newton, but that appears to be the thing.
Yeah, it does. I'm not seeing a whole lot. Yet? No. In terms
Houston!
Possible and
Houston!
But yes.
They don't have anybody.
Yes.
That's Houston. You heard it here first.
Well, that's pretty good. You know, and I don't...
cheap.
Well, cheap, but I don't know that... Again, I'd like to think that we're through 3 weeks or 4 weeks now. We got 1 week. Games start next Thursday. And I don't know. This kind of hit everybody out of left field. You know, Cam Newton had done enough to earn the starting job. He, I believe, is a better option to play on the field than Mac Jones. But Mac Jones proved he was capable, right? Proved he was more than capable. And the whole COVID situation, Cam being difficult, it doesn't fly with Bill Belichick, being difficult, being hard to work with, right? When he's on the field, everything's great. Even last year, he played well before he got COVID. You know, he played well, and he was playing really well in preseason. So people talk about his ability and arm strength, but his abilities, I don't think, were a real question. He could have played. It was all the difficulties, and in that system, that organization, you can't be difficult.
No, well, but you can be a serial killer and play for the Patriots, however. Let's just...
If you're going to fall in line.
If you win, just score touchdowns, baby. And I say that as an Aaron Hernandez fan. For sure. Point being, Bill don't care if he can win games with you. He doesn't care. He literally had a multiple murderer coming to the locker room every day as one of his players.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, where can he go since he's not vaccinated? You can go anywhere. You can go anywhere in America if you're not vaccinated.
Just has to, adhere to all the COVID protocols that are there for non-vaccinated players. So I don't think, so again, teams are set. They weren't expecting this. So, and I don't think Cam Newton's a young enough, bright enough star now that teams will part seas to bring him in. But I think anybody who has to deal with a quarterback injury early in the season, first 3, 4, 5 weeks, while they're still in contention, will look really hard at Cam Newton.
A sports update, Melody Daou scored twice to lead Canada to a 4-0 win over Switzerland in a Women's World Hockey Championship semifinal in Calgary. Canada will face defending champion USA in today's gold medal final. The Americans blanked Finland 3-0. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. doubled his home run output for the month in 2 at-bats last night. Vladdy slammed 2 homers to push the Blue Jays to a third straight victory, 7-3 over the lowly Baltimore Orioles. Wander Franco extended his on-base streak to 30 games with a 2-run single, and the AL East leading Tampa Bay Rays won their 8th in a row, beating the Boston Red Sox 6-1. The displaced New Orleans Saints have begun to practice in Arlington, Texas after Louisiana was hit hard by Hurricane Ida. Saints players and staff, along with about 120 family members, relocated to North Texas in advance of the storm. And 49ers quarterback Trey Lance will miss 1 week of practice after injuring a finger on his throwing hand during an exhibition game. Lance was hit on his right thumb by the helmet of Vegas Raiders linebacker Max Richardson. This sports update for the Tap Brewhouse and Drive-Thru Liquor Store, for Ballers Rec Room, Saskatchewan's newest entertainment destination, home of the 4-hour Rough Riders tailgate party, and for Red Bull Canada, Red Bull gives you wings. Viewer Takeover comes your way next. You're watching the RP Show on this Tuesday. Canada's daytime sports talk show continues after this on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube and Facebook live streaming, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445. In today's fast-paced world, we know you don't always have time to cook a nutritious meal. The Mad Greek in Moose Jaw's got you covered with delicious takeout and delivery specials, even for large groups or occasions. Authentic Greek cuisine, pizza, ribs, and more. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Offering licensed dining, delivery, and their takeout window is open to get your Greek to go. For more information and to view the online menu, visit themadgreekeatery.com.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
It's time to get back to busy, and Capital GMC is here to help. Check out our selection of new and certified pre-owned, online or in-store. Don't see what you like? We have inventory arriving daily. Reserve yours now, or work with one of our product specialists to customize and order the perfect new vehicle for you. Plus, we're always paying top dollar for used vehicles, even if you don't buy from us. And our factory-trained technicians are standing by for service or inspection on any make or model. It's time to get back to busy with Capital GMC in Regina.
Hey Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
Yeah, welcome back. How you doing, Moose?
Top of the world.
Are you?
Yeah, actually.
What makes you say that?
It's just a good day. Woke up on the right side of the bed. I don't know, had a good sleep.
What could be finer than doing this every day?
Life's pretty good around here.
Right. It's viewer takeover. I obviously invite your audience participation. Let us know where you're watching from. I see that Dan, the Situation Saravelli, has just checked in from Philly. And he says, Mac Jones, scary similarities to Brady. Oh, and he's coached by Belichick. Oh, boy. You heard the news, right? It's cut down day in the National Football League. Cam Newton released by the New England Patriots. The latest, it has to do with him breaking COVID protocol, if I'm saying that right, or not understanding COVID protocol, suspended for 5 days last week. Gone. Patriots done with it. What do you got?
Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure.
Like, Dan, I want Dan to write in here. What are the similarities? Like, are we talking about mechanics, the way he moves, the way he's conducts himself?
He's a tall, pasty, nerdy-looking white kid.
Yeah, is that what we're talking about? Because those throwing mechanics, the way he moves the ball, the way he runs, all those types of things, that's not what makes Tom Brady Tom Brady. None of that.
It's between his ears.
It's all of the things away from the field, and it's what's between his ears. Tom Brady was this, again, 6th-round pick, right? He wasn't Tom Brady. Yes, he came through and he delivered on the field, but it was because of all the preparation and the countless and tireless work ethic, the countless days and time.
There's only one Tom Brady.
Spent in. There is only one Tom Brady. But it's all about holding teammates accountable, raising the bar. It's all the off-field and mental aspects that make Tom Brady Tom Brady. The on-field stuff is the product of that. So unless you're in the meeting rooms with Mac Jones, unless you're at his house in the evenings watching how he conducts himself, when you're not watching him, when he's not on the field, that's the only way to know if Mac Jones is Tom Brady.
To the Prairie Mobile text line, 306-840-8777. Prairie Mobile, your authorized SAS Mobility dealer. Headquartered in Winnipeg. Daryl in Toronto is watching on Game Plus TV. He says, hey, guys, Daryl from Toronto. I think the reason why people aren't going to CFL games is lack of interest. Over the pandemic, people have kind of moved on. Sports leagues nowadays have to be a 365-day league. However, luckily for the CFL, interest can be gained back. It's all about how the league can market itself going forward. That's from Daryl in Toronto. And our poll question today for Capital Auto Mall, Universal Collision Center is, if you're not attending CFL games, why not? And the options that I provided are COVID, cost, lost interest, or other. And now, other is leading on Twitter officially, Daryl.
Okay.
Daryl.
Well, I got the name. The name tags in my office.
How about that?
Other. What would other possibly be? And maybe I mislabeled these, but as Darren said, I'm in a golf tournament. I'm going to the lake.
I slept in.
I slept in. What's that, Clark? Oh, 50 seconds. What time do we have John Paddock scheduled for next hour? Should be coming in right away? Okay. From Josina Anderson on Twitter, ESPN. Well, she's not with them anymore? Former ESPN, Fox Sports reporter. Okay. She says, my understanding is the Dallas Cowboys will do their due diligence in reviewing quarterback Cameron Newton's newfound availability per sources. We'll look at it all across the board with additional talent hitting the market, including today, because it is cut-down day in the National Football League.
But what about Danny Bonaducci?
Ben DiNucci?
Yeah.
The star of Hard Knocks. Okay, hour 2 is coming up after this break. You're watching on the Game Plus TV network across all 10 provinces and 31 states, YouTube and Facebook, and rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
At Core Grain, we strive to be the most qualified grain storage and grain conditioning experts in Canada. Visit us today at coregrain.ca. Core Grain, doing the right thing for your farm.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services, and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Safety is a primary pillar at Core Grain. We have core certification. Our workers are following best practices in the industry for safety. We always want to make sure that our contractors, us here at the shop, and our customers can come to work and go home at the end of every day. Give Core Grain Systems a call today.
I was fascinated last week that Jerry was pounding Egg McMuffins like it was his job and dousing them with salt because he didn't care because he's 80.
How about that?
It's what better, shrimp cocktail or Egg McMuffin? Don't waste our time. It's Egg McMuffin all day. And don't get me started about those puny little cocktail rings that you buy. They're disgusting. Egg McMuffin's good anywhere.
That's right.
It's the Rod Pedersen Show.
Hello, Canada, Canadian sports fans around the world, particularly America. Welcome to the RP Show's Hour 2, presented by Core Grain. We are live on Game Plus TV network across all 10 provinces and 31 states. Going live on YouTube and Facebook as well, and listen live at rodpedersen.com. We're going to switch gears around here in a moment and talk some hockey. We've got American Hockey League Hall of Famer, General Manager of the Regina Pats, John Paddock, with us in studio, which is always an honor to do that. It's a big day in sports. Seems like every day is a big day in sports, but it's cut-down day in the National Football League. The last cut-down day ahead of the season opener September 9th. And the biggest name become available today is Cam Newton from the New England Patriots. The word we're hearing out of New England is Cam Newton deemed not mature enough, didn't take COVID protocol seriously enough, suspended for 5 days last week, released today by New England, and they're handing the controls over to the rookie Mac Jones, taken 15th overall in just this year's draft out of Alabama. So we're looking at potential landing spots and all that. So we'll come back around on that. Again, pleased to welcome John Paddock to the bunker. And I'll say, Coach, if I can still call you Coach.
Yeah, you can.
How's the summer been?
It's been good. Clearly, it was weather-wise, it was a great summer. Hockey-wise, we've been able to be involved a little bit, do a couple things, and we've had, some changes as time went on within our organization. So there was lots to keep us busy.
We got a lot of NHL, AHL, and WHL stuff to go over with John about. But number one, because I mentioned I was talking with James Paddock this morning, the coach of the Winnipeg Ice. He said it's just, for him, he's been in the office 3 weeks. I would assume for you, you've been working pretty hard here. It's not just now.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't really, coach is slightly different maybe, but you don't really have any days off, but you also don't work 8 hours a day. You don't work a regular day. You might, work, I know one day this summer I worked 6 straight hours, basically on the phone from the lake. But so you can do it, you can work anywhere, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But, there's always lots going on, certainly at my level.
Do you feel anywhere near back to normal, or is it still up in the air?
Well, it feels quite a bit back to normal, I think. That's my feeling. I think that's Dave's. I think that's our team as we get ready for training camp. As we've known for 16 or 17 months, COVID can be, make things unpredictable and change, and you have to be ready to adapt. So with this, sort of fourth wave, I mean, I think it makes you feel just a little bit eerie, but, vaccinations, et cetera, I'm pretty confident our league's going to go through ahead. There's been no indication it's not.
Good. See, I always like to drop in some comments from the viewers. James is watching in Borden, Manitoba on YouTube. He says, John Paddock was the coach of the Jets for my first ever Jets game. Game 4, Winnipeg versus Vancouver, my first whiteout. Jets won going up 3-1 in the series, only to lose 3 straight. But it made me a Jets fan. Jasmine Desjardins says, can't wait to get back to the rink. Go Pats. From the General in Calgary, I might be outing some people, but I think the Rod Pedersen Show is the best morning sports show on YouTube at the moment. Well, I would agree. And Game Plus television as well. Listen, I could sit and talk with John about the Pats all day, and I might, but I will get around to the NHL stuff, I promise. But Connor Bedard did tell me that he gets into town today. And he was just on with us, John, 10 days ago, and I talked about the wild year for him, right? Going to Sweden and coming back and leading well, I don't have to tell you. Do you think this year he settles a little more? And what could he be capable of if he's more settled now?
Well, he's going to be settled. He's going to be living with his parents are moving here, living with them. He's going to be going to the rink regular like everybody else. So there's definitely going to be a routine. What he's capable of, I still pinch myself to this day that we have a player that's potentially like this, that's whispered, and it's not even really whispered about generational players. So I think the doors are wide open. We're going to try and do all we can to, enhance his ability, and because he's naturally going to enhance other players' abilities with him and on the team. So it's really exciting. I think that's what gets us back to a little bit of normalcy, and I think that it's going to be a treat for the people, and it's going to be a treat for our players when there's fans in that building.
Here's the thing. You talk about being around a kid like that, and I look at your hockey DB. You've played for the Philadelphia Flyers, Washington Capitals, Quebec Nordique, coached in the AHL, NHL. The skill with Connor's one thing, but talk about rising to the occasion. I mean, that last game, right, when he was honoring his grandfather Garth. You put him on the power play. Well, I guess Strush put him on the power play, right? Quarterback it. And he scores the winner on a snapshot in overtime in his last game. You know what I'm saying? Rising to the moment.
Well, yeah, I think it's just something that players, athletes have in different sports, into the last game, and you go back to the first game. He scores his first 2 goals, in the first game. And they have an innate ability to play on the ice, but also to train and, be focused and just do everything that allows them to be that good.
Mm-hmm. Well, remember we talked about, I guess, what his point production would be last year. We never really knew. I think what it worked out to 1.87, I think.
Something like, yeah, 28 in 15 games. So, yeah. It's unheard of. I may have said this to you before. I've repeated it to lots of people. Last winter, as we're waiting and going to the hub, and Dave and Brad would say, what's going to be like, I thought, if he did at 15 what Sammy did at 16, that's a pretty good player. But clearly, he was way over that points-wise, and, with a team that was just average at best. So it's, it's incredible. We're just all, excited to be able to get this season started.
From Jennifer at the Four Seasons, she says it is going to be amazing to see that kid live. From the General in Calgary, looking forward to the NHL season. Go Flames, go. From Dan, the Jets fan, can't wait for the Ice, Moose, and Jets playing again. From Michael Wynn, John Paddock, coaching legend. From Drew Koser, who is the Brent Sutter of the Prairie Junior Hockey League. Hope all is good, JP. Good luck this year. From Drew Koser. Dan, well, one last thing on Connor Bedard. Can we just talk about the person, by the way, and what an unbelievable kid he is? Because that means a lot, too.
Well, yeah, he's been raised incredibly by his parents, and they've just supported him immensely, and it's just fit right in with his drive and his focus and his nutrition to be a big factor in what kind of player he is.
I mentioned Dan Saravelli's watching in Philadelphia on YouTube. He says, John, you played in Philly. Can you tell me what it was like playing there?
Well, it's a great place to play. I don't think that's really changed. I happen to be there. Well, I've been there at different times in different roles, from playing to management to assistant coach. I guess, people talk about the fans and, how they can be tough on you in Philly. But, at the teams when I was there, that we never really experienced that or had that individually. So it's a wonderful sports town. To me, that's where I grew up in hockey.
Is that right? Well, yeah, all through the 70s and 80s. But I was just in Winnipeg doing the show there. They still talk about you there in very glowing terms. Like, compare Winnipeg to Philly, if you don't mind, from an NHL fan base perspective.
Well, Winnipeg has tremendous fans, that's for sure. I just happened to be in Philly at a certain time. But, I think, you can't be a Jet in whatever era of team and be in the playoffs and not be overwhelmed. I mean, the whiteout, I remember going into our first playoff game against Vancouver, my first year there, after we'd split in Vancouver, and some of the, veteran players were talking, we probably had at least one day between games, the whiteout and the noise, and, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be pretty good, but it's so much better, bigger than you can imagine, I think the only thing that can compare to in the regular season, as good as Philadelphia is in the old Chicago Stadium when they play the national anthem, and when they play the national anthem in Madison Square. Those are special things, but the Winnipeg whiteout, it's fantastic.
I got a sense that Winnipeg was a bit of a negative sports town. Always have. And then this year they were trying to run Maurice out of town and Chevy right up until the playoffs. But having just been there, John, I couldn't believe how positive they are for this upcoming year, and they've gotten over being swept by Montreal. I was shocked how fast it took them to get over that. Are you? Did you sense that?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the moves that Chevy made, improving his defense this year, gives the people a lot of hope. They got a top-notch goalie. They got a good, deep group of forwards. And I think, they got over it as quick as Montreal eliminated them. And that was a big surprise to me based on how they played against Edmonton. So, it's, I have season tickets there. Hardly have been to a game, of course. But, I'm looking forward to them having success this season.
If you don't mind taking some questions here, Darnell Theros, one of our sponsors from Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions, says, I'm looking forward to watching my first Pats game in Regina. Can't miss this show. And on that topic, by the way, Greg Sturr, whom I think you would know, he's one of the security guys there. He says, does John think the Pats will go the same route as the CFL and some of the other leagues and only allow double vaccinated fans in the rink? I would think you're part of those discussions. Can you tell us what you know?
Well, it's not really a Pats question. It's going to be a league question, and it's going to be the health advisors question, and certainly our organization will be involved in that, as will Saskatoon stuff, the League PA, Moose Jaw, Swift. So it's bigger than just the Regina Pats, but I don't know anything for sure. But I think that, as you look at this fourth wave and what's happening in other sports, read into it what you want.
Right. Well, the WHL instituted the policy that if you play or work in the league, you have to be vaccinated, and which was not a problem for me. I don't think it was a problem for you.
No.
Right? I just wonder how other leagues haven't been able to institute that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Ontario and Quebec did before us, so the top junior hockey, amateur hockey in Canada is. It's hard to say what. I mean, it's certainly clear it's harder in the United States, but I think that's changing a little bit too.
From Jeff Caldwell is watching on Facebook. He says, watching down here in Oregon and love your WHL and CHL coverage. What do you think of the Winterhawks logo change? I like the old one, but I can live with the new one. Not that big of a deal. I don't know if you want to pull it up or not, Clark. We probably don't have time. What do I think? It's almost exactly the same as Tri-City's old logo when Carey Price played there. This is the first thing I thought when they brought up the new Portland logo. I guess if you had to make a change for insensitivity reasons, fine, but I thought they could have done a little better. The Eagle logo for Portland is just like the old Tri-City logo. That was the first thing that I thought of. Before I let you go, John, you brought up the Jesperi Kotkaniemi offer sheet situation with Carolina, Montreal. What's your read on this?
I find it sort of amusing. Clearly, there's a little bit of ill will there with, sort of a same version of release, etc. A very good young player who hasn't been productive. The salary is, as has been written, is far more than you would normally have them in this situation. But each team has to do their business the way they see fit. But there is those kind of things. There's trickle-down effects for other players. And it'll be interesting. I've read already, they'll have to qualify him next year if he ends up in Carolina and they can work something out at less and stuff. Yeah, I guess they can. But I don't know. It's interesting. It's sort of the first time in hockey something like this, I think, in ill will. So it's causes a little bit of August excitement, and I'm interested to see on Saturday what's going to happen.
That's what he has to make a decision. So he's assigned the
4th. Montreal has to make a decision on the 4th
of September. Right. Okay. So, last hour, Rich Sutter was on with us. I put it to him, and he said he's surprised this doesn't happen more. Are you?
Well, I guess at times, but it's I don't know. The ramifications can obviously come back to you and stuff, and it's not, you have to worry about your own team. You have to do business as you see fit. I was in Philadelphia when we did the Shea Weber offer sheet, and we thought we were getting the player.
That was a whopper, right?
That was a whopper.
$8 million?
It was around $12 million a year for 14 years.
Wow.
So, teams can do business as they see fit within the rules. And to me, I think Montreal, if they can go out and acquire a forward, I guess a centerman somehow with the assets they might get and something else or whatever assets it takes. If it's less money and a longer contract, I think they will let them go because they have to balance their books, they have to balance their cap, and accordingly. So it's going to be still interesting, though. I think it could go either way.
Yeah, well, I just think it is amusing for sure, but at $6.1 million, for a guy that was healthy scratched in the playoffs.
Last game and first 2 games or something.
Yes.
I know.
But they also seem to know what they're doing in Carolina, so I guess they have the money. But in the couple minutes that we have left, John, what is your best sales pitch for Regina Pats Hockey to get tickets and get out and watch these guys, your guys?
Contact the office. Get your tickets. We got an improving young team, certainly featuring Connor. But, the additions that we've been able to do this summer, signing Svozil, getting Stringer. We got a different dimension of a defenseman, a little bit older guy from Seattle, Bateman, and Jacob Brook is a new player to us. He played 30 seconds last year. He's played in season and a half with us. He's probably played, I'm not sure what it is, no more than 10 games, if that. So those are 4 we think will be significant players as they get their feet under them on our team and in our league. So we like where the direction we're going.
Me too. Can't wait. John, always good seeing with you and chatting hockey. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you in the rink.
Thanks very much, Rod.
General Manager of the Regina Pats, John Paddock, with us here in the bunker. When we come back, We got a sports update, viewer takeover. Hang on, you're watching the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Ultimate Fan Zone. Shop online. UltimateFanZone.ca. Slick, user-friendly. We built this site for the die-hard sports fans. Jerseys, hats, team apparel. Offering officially licensed fan gear from the best lines in sports. Nike, New Era, Adidas, Fanatics. Game day ready to your door. Now, just a click away. UltimateFanZone.ca. Or check us out on Facebook and Instagram. UFC Downtown Moose Jaw. Home of everything authentic.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day. The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives, focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445. Hey Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Laid back and kicking it. Let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. RP Show continues. The Moose is back in here. Looks like you've had a busy day.
Yeah,
Sir.
it's good.
What's been going on with you?
Just, I don't know, dealing with different calendar things and just working business.
Feels like that interview, for me, with John Paddock went by just so darn fast.
Really fast.
Yeah, but we covered a lot of great WHL, NHL, and I think even AHL topics with that guy.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Didn't you tweet this morning, WHL training camps open this week with a heart emoji?
I know. Hey,
sweet.
It is sweet.
Hey, breaking news today. I thank John Kirby in Edmonton for alerting us. The Edmonton Elks of the Canadian Football League tweeting that Canadian offensive lineman Jacob Ruby has been released due to breach of COVID protocols. I just sort of don't get it in that teams are cracking down. If you missed the interview with John Paddock, okay? I think I exited out of his hockey DB, but the guy's played in the NHL with Quebec, Philadelphia. He's in the American Hockey League Hall of Fame. By the time he's done here, he might be in the WHL Hall of Fame, if we had one. Wink, wink. And he goes, read between the lines. This is where we're going. What's the damn problem? And Jacob Ruby's been on this show. Like, he looks like a cast member of Duck Dynasty, right? He just looks like right wing, gruff, Duck Dynasty kind of guy.
That's right.
Sort of the people that might not be first in line to get a vaccination, right? So we don't know the details. Maybe the details will come out from 3downnation.com as to what COVID protocols he broke. Is this not sort of what we're hearing about Cam Newton? In a way, that's why he was released by New England?
Yeah. Not breaking protocols, but not really super eager to follow the rules. Not that, like, I don't know. I don't want to say Cam Newton was being a bad teammate. I don't think that was the case. But it just feels like they, leaked the info about, the COVID protocol mix-up. And you're only going through that if you're unvaccinated. And you leak all that so that when this news breaks that he's been released, you can say, oh, okay, so it's because of all of this. Because it didn't matter, again, how good Cam Newton's play was at this point. Mac Jones proved he was capable of being a starter, so it made the decision to get rid of Cam Newton, who may be a little bit more difficult than they would like. To get rid of him, that decision became easy. If Mac Jones proved that he wasn't ready and didn't have a good preseason, then Bill's got to probably sit there and say, geez, okay, I guess we're going to have to deal with this. We're going to have to play Cam because we need somebody who can play. And now we're here in Dallas. We're here in, the Pittsburgh Steelers, other landing spots for Cam Newton because he's capable still. Mm-hmm. He's still quite capable of taking a team who can contend and getting them to the playoffs. He might not be a guy who could take the Jacksonville Jaguars this year to the playoffs, but he could take Pittsburgh, Houston, Pittsburgh or Dallas. He could take them to the playoffs.
Look, on the Cam Newton thing, and I probably should read the sports update here on that, because he wants to know what I think about these reports that Cam Newton could go to Dallas. We're talking about a backup quarterback at this point. So I don't really care. It's sort of like the Gardner Minshew trade to Philly on the weekend from Jacksonville. We're talking about a backup quarterback. Okay, it's Dakota Prescott's team. There's only one quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. His name's Troy Aikman. I didn't like Tony Romo. I don't like Dak Prescott. I don't like anybody until they lead them to a Super Bowl. But it's Dak's team, and I get it. But I won't be a Dak fan until I have reason to believe I should be. But it's my team, so I'm willing to go along with him now as the guy. They've anointed him as the guy. So we're talking about a backup quarterback. I don't really care because I don't want to ever see Cam Newton on the field or Garrett Gilbert or any of these other guys. Right?
That's it. So that's the question, is because you kind of said you don't think Dak will get through the year, but you're kind of like, well, if Dak's not getting through the year, the season's over anyway.
Bingo! That's what happened last year.
Yeah.
It's all on Dakota Prescott, and that's why he's making the money that he's making. Don't talk to me about Cam Newton. I don't really care if they do sign him as back. I was excited for Andy Dalton last year, and he didn't win games.
Yeah.
And again, it's not about the backup quarterback. It's about the defense. The Houston Texans ran all over them. The Jacksonville Jaguars ran all over them in the preseason. And they were 0-4. Can't talk to me about Cam Newton. Fair?
Yeah.
You should know better.
You're right. It is Dak.
Tonight, Hard Knocks, episode 4.
Yeah. We'll actually watch it tonight?
If I stay awake.
Okay.
Probably, yeah. Fighting my way to stay awake.
And for the Canadian viewers, DAZN does have it, the streaming service where you watch all of the NFL games on DAZN streaming. That's the new Sunday ticket. It is there. Drops Thursdays on DAZN. HBO's got it Tuesday nights. Thursday it's on DAZN. This is episode 4. Yeah, 5-episode series. Yeah.
I like this from Dakota Powley watching in Winnipeg. He's like, Roger Staubach. Oh, I know. We count championships. Troy has 3. Raj has 2. It's like the 13th man with the Riders. Like, there were some people that foolishly thought, oh, well, we'll just get him next year. No! We count these things. Darian Durant literally had the ring pulled off his finger by his special teams people and defensive players while he just sat and watched helplessly. He already won 1 Grey Cup as a starter in 2013, but if they had been able to count, he'd have had 2, which would have made him the greatest quarterback in Saskatchewan Roughriders history. But they blew it. Why am I going down that road? Trigger! What's that gif of that girl with the glasses? Trigger! I love that
That's
one.
Good.
Back on point, if we were ever on point, regarding Edmonton lighting players on fire on their way out of town. It's starting to be annoying to me.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you doing this? And I didn't even think about it till Nelson Hakowicz writes in, our VP of Sim Events, says, the old public shaming. He's damaged goods for this season. Okay, let's just sink down in this for a second and say, if you're the Edmonton Elks and general manager Brock Sunderland and head coach Jamie Elizondo, because they sit in these meetings. Believe it or not, I've been in these meetings before. We're releasing him, and here's why. Are we going to tell the people? Well, we probably should, because it's his fault. We can't make us look bad. We can't just say that, he wasn't good enough or he missed these assignments. Let's say this and put it all on him. I don't know. I don't like it because news releases for the last 5 to 10 years have just been, we've released this player. Now they're saying why, or they tweeted it, I guess. Or on the Kenny Shaw thing, or Kenny Stafford thing. He's not a good cultural fit. It seems to be an Edmonton thing. And I don't know, while you and I are on the same page most times, we do look at things differently.
That's right.
Are you as offended by this as I am, that they would publicly shame him on his way out of town? Put a scarlet letter on him as far as CFL goes?
I know. You release him because from their perspective, they're looking out for the organization, right? And for the Edmonton Elks and the whole organization, you need to move on from this, and you need to get the fan base back, and you need to show that this isn't an organizational problem. Hey, somebody made a mistake. That's what led to this, and that's what led to our game being canceled. But guess what? We've got rid of the problem, and this organization can move forward together with following all the rules and everything. And it's unfortunate, but that happens all the time. It happens all the time. You want to give your organization a reason to be positive, your fans a reason to be positive. That's why we fire coaches. That's why we fire general managers, so we can have a fresh start and be positive about the people that are still there, right? Okay, we don't have any tests now. We can get back on the field. But are the problems still there? And the problems might still be there. They might be organizational problems, but that's why they do these things.
Mandy in Edmonton chiming in. You knew she was just waiting for the CFL talk, and here it is. She says unvaccinated players are now a huge liability for playing the games. I can see releasing unvaxxed to get the team to 85%. I hate the COVID thing, but we have to talk about it because we're surrounded by it, right? Jeff, the Stamps fan. Because as you know, we're very big in Alberta. Have we heard from that strip club yet?
Not yet.
Not yet today? Okay. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says lots of guys seem to be breaking protocols. I saw a picture of Fajardo and the backup quarterback out at the Regina Fair having corn dogs. It's my understanding such outings are not supposed to be occurring. I don't even know anymore what's allowed and what isn't allowed. I mean, I had the information. I'd have to go back to my phone to see what the players... I had it sent to me. But I saw Cody Fajardo downtown Regina. I hugged him. For our American viewers that don't know, this is the starting quarterback of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I hugged him. And I did the same with some Ottawa players. And I was literally like, should you guys be out here? But then I thought, they're grown men. They know enough to take care of themselves. My only thing was they must be vaccinated.
Yeah.
Because I think the rules were if you were vaccinated, you can pretty much live a normal life. But if you're not vaccinated as a Canadian Football League player, you got to stay in your hotel. You can't go home on the bye week. You can't go out to a restaurant, all of that. But if you're vaccinated, you can do pretty much whatever you want and have a normal life, which, by the way, is what we're doing and what John Paddock was mentioning just in here.
Yeah.
The general manager of God's team and American Hockey League Hall of Famer, like I just don't get the holdup. Yeah, James in Boredom, Manitoba says if the players are vaccinated, they are allowed out. Simple. That's what I thought. I'm like, these guys, while I goof on the players and how dumb they are and stuff, they're not. These are my guys. So I just knew that if they were out and about, there had to be a reason. They're not going to openly break protocol.
Right.
Rose Henry, she is an Edmonton Elk fan. Watching, she says, cutting someone after breaking COVID protocols makes 100% sense after having 14 players with the plague. Someone brought it into the dressing room. Even Glenn Sutter said that the ones who were responsible should get an apple and a roadmap. Fair. But Jack in Vulcan, Alberta, chimes in and says, no way in hell any team should shame players to take the focus off of the team. Unprofessional. And I feel like we have a theme for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Because it's that. You don't need to announce why you're releasing a player. I think it's unprofessional too. I'm sorry. And this wouldn't be coming from the PR department. This would be coming from the football operations department or higher.
Yeah.
The president of an executives of the football club. This isn't the PR guy. Because they literally tweet what you tell them to tweet. On something like this?
It absolutely becomes a lot more...
higher level?
High level. That's a good way to put it. It's coming from a high level. So, yeah, absolutely.
John in Edmonton says the CEO and president of the Edmonton Elks did say that players are not allowed to break COVID protocols unvaccinated, and vaccinated have the same privileges. I don't understand what that means. See why I get confused?
Yeah.
It's like, get your shot. At this point, what reason is there not to?
Right.
Really?
Right.
You're not going to tell me what to do. I guess you can go drive 180 down Main Street. See how that works out for you.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
We're tired of it.
I know. The vaccinated have more rules. The CFL came out with that.
Oh, that reminds me.
What?
Wayne in Victoria, BC. See how we're covering all the land here?
That's right.
He says, hey, Rod, FYI, we now have a mask mandate here in British Columbia, even for fully vaccinated people. We're getting it, too. I actually got up this morning and read the news today. Can you believe it?
That?
I know, right? Mask mandate coming for football games, hockey games, any city facility, city buses, activity center, aquatic center.
Yeah.
Mask mandate coming back in here in the sweatpants capital. I think we should take a break. How much time we got before a break here? We can go now, right? Yeah, we'll come back with a sports update and try and sort out all of this. Again, Cam Newton's on the free agent market. Where's he going? It's daytime sports talk here on your favorite channel, Game Plus Television. Also streaming on YouTube and Facebook and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. Strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right. It's time to get back to busy, and Capital Ford Lincoln is here to help. Check out our selection of new and used online or in-store. Don't see what you like? We have inventory arriving daily. Reserve yours now or work with our team of product specialists to customize and order the perfect new vehicle for you. Wait! Hold the phone! We still have brand new F-150s in stock and ready to go. Okay, back to the regular commercial. Plus, we're always paying top dollar for used vehicles, even if you don't buy from us. It's time to get back to busy with Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. The Rod Pedersen.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope that we're making some progress today, but I'm not entirely certain that we are. If you're entertained, that's a win. And Moose, I feel like we are accomplishing that.
Yeah, I think so.
It is hot as balls in here.
Yeah, and can you hear it hammering outside?
Is it raining?
Oh, yeah.
Not a Big Bird day today?
You didn't bring Big Bird, did you?
I didn't bring him.
Okay.
But he is parked outside.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's a great country song, I Love My Truck, by Mac Davis. Look it up. I feel like we've become Wikipedia for COVID, and let's shut it down, okay? People are asking if university students have to wear masks, and how the hell would we know? Let's do a sports update, okay? Here's what's new today, all right? The Mac Jones era in New England has begun. The Patriots released Cam Newton this morning, clearing the way for the rookie, Mac Jones, to open the season as New England's quarterback. Newton's release came hours before NFL teams reduced rosters to 53 players and brings an abrupt end to his stay in New England. Newton went 7-8 as the starter in the Patriots' first season since Tom Brady departed and signed with Tampa Bay. New England went 7-9 last year, missed the playoffs. How did Tom Brady make out? I forgot.
Oh, yeah, won the Super Bowl.
He won the whole damn thing. The Women's World Hockey Championship final goes tonight in Calgary. Canada and the United States will face off for the gold for the 8th time in 19 tournaments. The Americans enter the game looking for their 6th straight world title. There's reason enough right there to tune it in. What else are you going to watch?
Yeah.
Although the Blue Jays were quite entertaining last night. And speaking of, the Orioles and Blue Jays meet tonight at Rogers Center one night after Vladdy and Toronto beat Baltimore 7-3 in the series opener. Guerrero entered the series with only 2 home runs in August, but he doubled that, belting 2 more last night. He's up to 38 on the season. Hyun-Jin Ryu is scheduled to start for the Jays against Baltimore's Keegan Aiken. It was a party in there last night. Did you watch any of it? Robbie Ray was dealing. Vladdy was knocking it out. George Springer was back. It was like good times.
Yeah, those Jays.
1st of July. Those Jays, exactly. It was good times. But they're going to miss the playoffs. Oh, Angels two-way sensation Shohei Ohtani will not take the mound for tonight's game against the Yankees in order to give his right hand extra time to heal. Ohtani was hit in his pitching hand by a 93-mile-an-hour fastball from San Diego's Ryan Weathers while swinging in a game on Saturday. Ohtani 8-1. With 127 strikeouts and 19 starts. And last night in Rogers Center, when Vladdy hit his second, they were chanting, MVP, MVP. It's just so Toronto. Because they're building themselves up for just this massive letdown.
I know. That's what's difficult, because he's not winning it.
He's not winning it.
Any other year, he might. But he's not winning it this year.
So for that reason, do you think that they shouldn't chant MVP? Because I would just think, he's not winning it, stop. But they're not going to listen to reason there.
No.
Would you chant MVP? Would you get caught up in it and chant MVP?
Of course.
You would, wouldn't you?
Of course. How can you not? It's your guy, right?
Okay. Fair. But then don't be upset when he doesn't win, though.
That's right.
Robbie Ray has a better chance of winning the Cy Young.
Yep.
Looking at his numbers than Vladdy does MVP. That is the God's honest truth. I think he's got the most strikeouts for sure, and I think the second or third lowest ERA. And he's not on a team like Garrett Cole. Think about that for a second, too.
Yeah.
He's dealing. This sports update for dubnetwork.ca, your number one source for Western Hockey League breaking news and analysis with the best team of writers across Western Canada and the Pacific Northwest. Visit today, dubnetwork.ca. I'm smiling, Moose, because, again, Connor Bedard, the Wonder Boy, arrives in town tonight. I was thinking of getting a GIF of a police motorcade. Tweeting that. Connor Bedard has arrived in Regina. Boop, boop, boop. Sort of like a Joe Biden-esque motorcade for Connor Bedard landing. I'll be there to pick him up. For Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars as well, now with 8 amazing flavors, including the new almond mocha. RP Show viewers get 20% off with the promo code RP Show. Order yours now at g2gbars.ca. Spoiler alert. I interviewed the head coach of the Winnipeg Ice this morning, James Paddock. When's that airing? Tomorrow, Clark? He referred to Bedard as Connor Bednar.
How about that?
You're not going to get it wrong this year, Jeep.
Throwing some shade?
No,
of course
an oversight, of course.
Of course.
But, and by the way, I love me some James Paddock. That guy is, there's not enough O's in smooth to describe that guy, James Paddock.
That's right.
But again,
good.
Yeah, thank you. You're not going to be forgetting this kid's name coming out of this year. Oh, David Asplin writes in. This is good. Thank you, David. In Winnipeg, he says, Rod, have you touched on the Bombers signing Roosevelt, the president? I haven't, but I was on Moose's patio yesterday when my phone rang from a football guy, right? And he said, why would they sign Naaman Roosevelt? And why is he available? Is he not the best receiver in the league? And I said, well, let's just walk it back here. He's getting on in years. He's a tremendous player. He spent 5 years in the NFL before he even came to Canada in 2015. That's 7 seasons ago. Or 6 years and COVID years.
Yeah.
And I said they would have got him cheap. They would have got him cheap. And he said the Bombers are in it to win it. So they'll take a guy at a bargain that can start and play and has experience in this league. It's a tremendous signing for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, but if anybody wonders why he was released in Montreal, he would have signed, I think, for a fairly big ticket in Montreal, and they got a good group of young, less expensive receivers with the Alouettes. So it's worked out for Naiman. I don't think Montreal regrets it. And if you want to know why he was let go in Saskatchewan, where he had been for 5 seasons, he was deemed too old. And when you look at this group of receivers with a team that's 3-0, I don't think you could argue that. Can you?
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a great spot for him. You know, a team that's in win-now mode. And when you get up there in years, I mean, we saw that. He's not up there in years, I don't think, like G-Roy was when he went to Saskatchewan, or Manny Arsenault, 2 older guys who moved around towards the end. But you got to be in win-now places. You know, not in a group where you're building a young receiving core. Naiman's extremely capable. By all my understanding, he's a great locker room guy. I think he'll fit in really nicely in Winnipeg. I don't know how much, I would temper the expectations and not expect him to be, hauling in 10 to 12, receptions per game. But if he's hauling in, 5 or 6 a game and contributing, you're going to have a really nice addition there.
Hour 2 is brought to you by Core Grain, doing the right thing for your farm. We'll be back with Overtime right after this. You are watching on the Game Plus television network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
It's time to get back to busy, and Capital GMC is here to help. Check out our selection of new and certified pre-owned, online or in-store. Don't see what you like? We have inventory arriving daily. Reserve yours now, or work with one of our product specialists to customize and order the perfect new vehicle for you. Plus, we're always paying top dollar for used vehicles, even if you don't buy from us. And our factory-trained technicians are standing by for service or inspection on any make or model. It's time to get back to busy with Capital GMC in Regina.
At Core Grain, we strive to be the most qualified grain storage and grain conditioning experts in Canada. Visit us today at coregrain.ca. Core Grain, doing the right thing for your farm.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Ultimate Fan Zone. Shop online. UltimateFanZone.ca. Slick, user-friendly. We built this site for the die-hard sports fans. Jerseys, hats, team apparel, offering officially licensed fan gear from the best lines in sports. Nike, New Era, Adidas, Fanatics. Game day ready to your door. Now, just a click away. UltimateFanZone.ca. Or check us out on Facebook and Instagram. UFC Downtown Moose Jaw. Home of everything authentic.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Safety is a primary pillar at Core Grain. We have core certification. Our workers are following best practices in the industry for safety. We always want to make sure that our contractors, us here at the shop, and our customers can come to work and go home at the end of every day. Give Core Grain Systems a call today.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Everybody loves overtime. Sudden death in a lot of ways. We got a lot of time for it here as well. Overtime is brought to you by the Four Seasons Sports Palace, your home for the UFC and the Seattle Kraken fan club. And I'm just updating the poll results today. It was a question that dawned on me this morning I thought would be a good one. If you're not attending Canadian Football League games, why aren't you? And the options they came up with are COVID, the cost, you've lost interest, or other. And tied on Twitter are other and COVID, 32%. Moose, what are they saying on Facebook there?
Other, 43%. COVID, though, leading the real options at 30%.
What could other possibly be?
Because when you think about it, other is split between probably 10, 15, 20 different things. Everybody's got a different reason. I live in England. I live in Norway. I'm in the States. I can't go, right? So, right. But for any specific one, we know COVID's leading the way.
From the 204, a Manitoba viewer on Game Plus television, where we're carried on the Bell MTS cable system. Anonymous texter from Manitoba. Maybe other means was never interested in the CFL. From Ken in Saskatoon, he says, Marcus is entertained. Great show. Thank you, Ken. We try. Still figuring out this Android phone. They wouldn't want to send me an iPhone, right? The kind that I always use.
Yeah, that would be convenient.
Where is Brett? I want to read this comment from Brett. I feel a rant coming on, but it'll be later on in the week. Brett Taylor says, I'm sad to see Naaman coming to Labor Day in blue, but he's such a great guy that I'm glad he's still playing. This is the rant that's coming on. You people got to get over this stuff. The Saskatchewan Roughriders deemed Naaman Roosevelt expendable and too old and didn't want him. The latest in a list of people deemed expendable by the football team. Are they supposed to wither up and die and never play again, never work again, never live again because you're not affiliated with the local green and white football team? The guy's got to make a living. Dressler?
I know.
What do they think? They just think, oh, you're cut. Bye-bye. Nice knowing you.
And what are they supposed to think going to Winnipeg? Well, they'll always love Saskatchewan, right? Well, they're going to Winnipeg to be all in on Winnipeg.
Of course.
Right?
Are you ever going to get it? He should never play again? Jennifer in the Four Seasons, she says, hockey starts in September. Hockey over football. Well, I don't like to be in the either-or discussion. I'll say again. I am bilingual, proficient in Canada's two official languages, hockey and football. That works very well, Darren, for this show, wouldn't you say?
It really does.
Mandy in Edmonton, the RP crew still hasn't gotten Rod a doorbell sound effect. Where's Monty for overtime? Who should be on that?
I don't know. I think it was Jordan who put all the sound effects on the little...
And he ain't here.
On the little board, but we got to find the door chimes.
We got a lot of things. It's a very long to-do list for Darren. He's got a very long honey-do list.
Yeah.
And we do want to introduce a secondary mascot whose name will be Monty, the squirrel. But we haven't even had Ricky the iguana out of the barn in a year and a half.
Right.
which when you think about it, that mascot should be able to go anywhere. If there was ever a COVID-safe, friendly being, it would be a mascot.
You would think. He's in a hazmat suit, basically.
Why have we had Ricky come up and say hello on the screen? Can we do that? There you go. There's Ricky the iguana. He's never too far away. From Jeff in Winnipeg, Jeff Cabillas, he says, love the CFL, but here comes NCAA to steal my heart this weekend. Go Georgia Dogs. Did you watch ESPN College Game Day on Saturday?
I did.
Ooh, how awesome was that?
It was so good.
Lee Corso back on stage.
It was really, really cool.
Live from Atlanta.
Yeah.
From Swanee, from the 471, writes in on the Prairie Mobile text line. It's so easy for us sports fans. The majority of sports fans do not understand the pressures of pro sports. Cam Newton can't handle it. Such a waste. I completely disagree. He took the Carolina Panthers to a conference championship game. He was the MVP of the National Football League. Something did not work out for Cam Newton in New England. You saw the video that he did about his motivation going there. Something doesn't smell right with the Cam Newton situation, in the way it ended. Because they got him at a bargain. Yeah. Brady in Saskatoon. Hey, Rod, Cam Newton being cut isn't all that much of a surprise. We all knew it was a matter of time before Mac Jones got the starting job. And Cam wouldn't take being the backup lightly. And on this day back in 1990, baseball outfielders Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. became the first father and son to play on the same team with the Seattle Mariners in 1990.
Wow.
How about that?
How about that?
Well, we covered a lot of ground today, Moose.
Yeah, we did.
Coming up tomorrow, Joey Alfieri. You people in Quebec, perk up. Everywhere we went in Quebec, they were saying, you got to get Joey Alfieri on. You got to get Joey Alfieri on. Well, we're going to do it. From TSN 690 Montreal tomorrow. And the head coach of the Winnipeg Ice, James Patrick, will be with us as well. Any last words from you?
Yeah, actually. Going to watch the U.S. Open tennis. It's on. Felix won yesterday in his opener.
Felix the cat?
And Chapo, I believe, is on now. If he's not, or he's on soon. So...
Well, you enjoy that.
I will.
We'll watch Hard Knocks tonight and compare notes tomorrow.
You bet. See you tomorrow.
See you all at noon Eastern here on Game Plus TV.